Trump's new rules, expedited deportations, and what every traveler must know before entering the country in 2025. President Trump's return brought sweeping immigration changes. From fast-track deportations to stricter visa rules, travelers and migrants now face a far tougher U.S. immigration system. If you are interested in this, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell on upcoming video. In 2025, immigration and travel to the United States have undergone a dramatic transformation. After returning to office in January 2025, President Donald Trump implemented aggressive reforms to the country's immigration system. Whether you're planning to visit, study, work, or settle in the U.S., understanding these new changes is crucial to avoid deportation or visa denial. Executive Order 14,159. Expedited removals nationwide. One of Trump's first actions was signing Executive Order 14,159, protecting the American people against invasion. This order expanded expedited removal authority across the entire U.S., not just within 100 miles of the border. Now, immigration officers at any airport or city can deport individuals without a court hearing if they believe you entered illegally or violated your visa terms. This policy targets even first-time travelers and visa holders. Immigration officers have the power to make on-the-spot decisions, and this shift has led to a spike in airport deportations. Sanctuary cities defunded. Enforcement expanded the same order cut off federal funding to sanctuary cities' jurisdictions that once protected undocumented immigrants from federal immigration enforcement. Simultaneously, the Trump administration expanded the workforce of immigration and customs enforcement, tasking them with identifying and deporting undocumented immigrants at unprecedented rates. The Latkin-Riley Act, mandatory detention for the accused in January 2025. Congress passed the Latkin-Riley Act, a law requiring ICE to detain any undocumented immigrant who is charged not convicted with crimes such as theft, assault, or causing bodily injury. States are now empowered to sue the Department of Homeland Security if they believe immigration laws are not being enforced properly. Guantanamo Bay. Migrant Detention Center expansion, a surprising and controversial change, is expansion of the Guantanamo Migrant Operations Center. Previously used for terrorism suspects, it is now being repurposed to detain up to 30,000 high-risk migrants awaiting deportation or security screenings. Human rights advocates have raised serious concerns about detainees' access to legal counsel and the conditions of confinement. The Gold Card Visa, a shortcut for the wealthy for high-net-worth individuals. The Trump administration has introduced the Gold Card Visa, a fast-track alternative to the EB-5 visa. Investing $5 million directly into the U.S. economy can now lead to a residency permit and eventual green card, with shorter processing times but stricter vetting. Airport screenings in 2025. What you need to know: travelers today are subjected to intense screening procedures upon arrival. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers conduct longer, more aggressive secondary inspections. Even minor inconsistencies in answers or incomplete documentation can result in immediate denial of entry and a 5-year ban. Key questions immigration officers ask depending on your visa type. Here are the questions CBP officers may ask. Students F1, M1, J1. Why did you choose your university? What is your major and who sponsors your studies? What are your post-graduation plans? Tourists B1/B2 or family visitors? Where will you stay and who invited you? What is the purpose of your trip? What ties do you have to your home country? Workers H1B, L1, O1. What is your job title, salary, and location? Can you show proof of employment? Why are people being deported even with valid visas? Many travelers are shocked to learn that having a visa doesn't guarantee entry. It merely allows you to board your flight. The final decision rests with the CBP officer at your port of entry. Common reasons for deportation include lying to officers or submitting fake documents, past immigration violations, weak ties to your home country, criminal records or suspicious behavior, nervousness or giving inconsistent answers, biometric screenings and financial proof. Facial recognition, fingerprint scans, and random interviews are standard. Travelers may also be asked to provide recent bank statements to prove financial stability. If denied entry, you could face expedited removal and a 5-year ban under Section 212A, 9A of the Immigration and Nationality Act. In some cases, voluntary withdrawal is allowed, but you still must apply for a waiver to return. How to prepare for travel to the U.S. in 2025. Be honest. Never lie about your purpose, finances, or prior history. Carry complete documents. Students, I-20 acceptance letter, sponsor details. Tourists, hotel bookings, insurance, itinerary. Workers, employment letters and credentials. Answer confidently and clearly. Don't over-explain or offer unnecessary information. Understand visa rules. Never hint at unauthorized work or overstaying. Stay calm during inspections. Being selected for extra questioning is now routine. 100 days and how Trump reshaped U.S. immigration policy. In the first 100 days of his second term, U.S. President Donald Trump implemented sweeping changes to immigration policy. The administration focused on restricting migration, expanding enforcement, introducing new immigrant reforms for academic oversight, and tightening legal pathways into the United States. These actions mark a continuation and expansion of the policies from his first term. Expansion of mass deportation, a major policy shift, was a stated goal to deport 1 million undocumented immigrants annually. To support this target, the administration expanded expedited removal authority to cover all unauthorized immigrants who cannot prove continuous presence for at least 2 years. ICE agents were given greater operational freedom, including permission to conduct enforcement actions in schools, hospitals, and places of worship locations previously considered off-limits. The administration also revived financial penalties for undocumented individuals who failed to depart voluntarily. Local law enforcement agencies were encouraged to sign ICE's 287G agreements with federal authorities, deputizing local police to act as immigration agents. H-1B and skilled worker reforms. The administration introduced new restrictions on H-1B visas by tightening the definition of specialty occupation, increasing wage thresholds, and stepping up site audits. These changes aim to limit the number of foreign skilled workers in industries like IT and engineering. Instructions were issued to prioritize U.S. citizens for all job-based visa programs, aligning with the Hire American initiative. Companies sponsoring foreign workers now face higher scrutiny during the visa application process. Gold Card investor visa plan. Trump introduced the concept of a new Gold Card visa, offering permanent residency to foreign nationals willing to invest $5 million or more into the U.S. economy. This plan was presented as a replacement for the EB-5 investor visa and was aimed at attracting high-net-worth individuals globally. During public remarks, Trump noted the program could also benefit Indian graduates of U.S. universities, saying, "We want productive people. Americans can hire them under the Gold Card program." Student visa and higher education oversight. Trump directed federal agencies to review and investigate universities with large populations of international students. Visa holders under optional practical training were subject to stricter work verification rules. Some universities were warned of possible funding cuts if they failed to comply with federal guidelines on visa compliance and academic oversight. Additional checks were put in place for F1 and J1 visa categories. Border security, use of troops and immigration enforcement technology. Trump declared a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, authorizing the deployment of over 10,000 active-duty military personnel. These forces were tasked with assisting the Department of Homeland Security in surveillance, logistics, and construction of additional border infrastructure. The administration established national defense areas across multiple border states, allowing the federal government to control public lands. This designation gave the Department of Defense arrest powers over migrants entering these areas. The administration invested in new enforcement technologies at ports of entry and in interior enforcement. This included expanded use of facial recognition systems, biometric tracking, and aerial surveillance drones. A new database system was rolled out to improve information sharing between immigration, labor, and law enforcement agencies. The immigration actions taken in the first 100 days marked a sharp escalation in enforcement and a reduction in both legal and humanitarian immigration avenues. While a few proposals like the gold card aim at economic benefit, the majority of changes focus on deterring entry, speeding up removals, and narrowing eligibility for various visa programs. With stricter enforcement and new visa rules in place, understanding the 2025 changes is essential for anyone planning to visit, study, or live in the U.S. That is all today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching the entire video, hopefully. The information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.